Why, hello there, my faithful goblins. Rhadamant here. Thank you for tuning in to Goblin Camp. Episode 4, Pyre, Pier. Alright, so that looks nice and flattened out. I don't know why it wasn't letting me put one more duckboard. Oh, it does now. Okay, and then in this spot, just to tidy up the rest of the camp, is just going to be one mega stockpile. So that we can move stuff out. So that things look cleaner over here. And I plopped this down where there's clay, so it's not going to be farmland in the future. Now the problem is we have the water level that has come up. So, if we wanted to build a bonfire area, I was originally going to use the like earth moving mechanics, but instead, I kind of broke some stuff. Oopsie. Oh, I hit lower? I meant to hit raise. Okay. The very opposite of what I managed to do. I was going to use spells to raise the earth. So that I can actually get the bonfire area done. But I've now blown up my stockpile. So, demolish the stockpile because I already screwed it up. And I'm going to probably have to wait till the end of the season to fix the hole that I blasted into the earth here with spell power. A little oopsie. Using the wrong ability. I didn't mean to nuke it, I swear. So in the interim, maybe what I'll do is, let me pause the game real quick. I'm going to set up a bonfire, temporarily, like let's put it over here, for this season. But I would want to design a place for a bonfire that is more safe for the future. But I would like to make sacrifices this year, if possible. Oh! Ha ha ha! Wolves! Get wrecked. They got stuck on my little spawned island. As you can see, moats work. That's funny. I love it. Alright, here's the bonfire. And here is what you can sacrifice. It is the custom of goblins to make sacrifices to the spirits every summer. And you can see at the top left here where the sacrifices will be and when the bonfire is lit. So it's really coming up soon. As they take from nature, they will also give back to the spirits. If the sacrifices aren't made, the spirits will be angry. Sacrificed items will be gathered in early summer and the bonfire lit in midsummer. And we can sacrifice clay statuettes, fresh fish, wooden spears, and wooden statuettes. And there's more to sacrifice later, but this is the list for now. And then you also have a certain capacity that you can sacrifice in the bonfire, and the culture points that will be gained. There's also a certain required amount that is a bare minimum for sacrificing. Uh-oh, here comes the wolves. Well, I think Lemro's not going to fare well. And he died. Bye, Lemro. Bye, wolves. Bastards. Damn bastards. Killing my little gobbies. Alright, sacrifices. Let's sacrifice all of my clay statuettes, 10 wooden spears, or 11 wooden spears, and all of my wooden statuettes. We're not using up all the capacity, but that's fine. That will be a pretty big sacrifice. So now we're hauling all the sacrificed items over to the bonfire. And then once they're all hauled over, we'll light it up. And I put it at the, like, outskirts of our town, so that, you know, we don't die in getting there. Or whatever. And now I'm fixing the, like, giant hole that I made, too. So now everything's been hauled over, and once it's midsummer, we'll light that bonfire up. Why don't you use spears on the wolves? Because I can't tell the goblins to do that. It's not an option I have. So here's the bonfire, and as the bonfire is lit, the fire does spread kind of uncontrollably. Goblins will try to grab barrels of water and douse it, so the closer you are to a source of water, the easier it is to control the burn, and then once all of these sacrificed items are burned up, you can put the fire out. But I think that raven statue is, like, very much the crosshairs. So I'm waiting for all of the sacrificed items to be sacrificed. And as the result, this sacrificial tree grows. So now it's level 3 sacrificial tree as a result of the sacrifices we've made. Okay. All the items are sacrificed, so I will help out and dump some water on the fire with my shaman ability so that the bonfire's fire doesn't go uncontrolled. Oh, you are stuck. Whatever. Get starved. Or leave your tool in the water. That's rude. So you can see where I'm going to put the bonfire in the future. You know, on this little... at the end, peninsula, isthmus, whatever you want to call it. So that it's easier to control. I just need to do a little raise earth here, and I'm waiting for the water level to subside to allow us access to that. Alright, now that that bonfire has been lit up, I could turn this into the jumbo stockpile that I was going to do anyway. And then I'll probably not duckboard all the way out to the bonfire pit. Alright, you are unreachable. So let's fix that. Oh, I really can't. Oh man, I should have waited until the water level went down. Okay, fine. I can pontoon bridge to you. So that you don't die or whatever. This guy's unreachable too. Kind of your own fault, bud. But I'll stick a pontoon bridge there. These pontoon bridges can be like safety bridges, I guess. Which is not necessarily a bad idea. So that they can get themselves out of the water. Alright, I'm almost done with the bonfire area, and then I'll pull you guys about the next goal. Maybe I'll just use spell power, because I'm getting tired of waiting for the, that one spot to dry out. Alright, there we go. So, yeah, it's a earthen bonfire pier. I guess. You can think of it that way. And that will keep the peeps safe. So, also, if I cast water, the water doesn't spill out and, like, destroy anything. Oh, we need more chopping tools. Yes, we do. So yeah, it's not going to cause like mass flooding as well. So that's one of the other benefits of that area. All right, next task. Build a pontoon bridge, prepare more farmland, or explore a ruin. And taking a look at the tech tree, I have Song of the Wind, which really doesn't do very much. It unlocks spells to control wind direction, and Slash and Burn farming, which isn't really incorporating the game just yet. So neither of which would be interesting for my tech points. So I'm just gonna get Smoking, Songs of the Wind for now, just because I had a bunch of tech points. But like, just know that they don't amount to much, at least at the moment. Alright, with my new beam technology, let's open up the overlays for soil type. So there's clay over here. So maybe what I'll do is I'll set up nice stockpiles over here for high storage capacity where the clay is. So at the moment, I'm going to build storage buildings, and then I'll pull you guys about what comes thereafter. So I'm going to do the new styled storage houses with the wood planks over here, which are higher capacity. And that should allow us to store everything that, you know, hasn't had room elsewhere to store. Because our initial storage sheds might be full. It's kind of hard to tell. Alright, looks like the popular option here is going to be prepare more farmland. So I'm going to do two things here in prep for that. So one is I'm going to dig a turnip hole, which is a way to store turnips better. I honestly don't know how functional it works, but I'll put that in anyway. And then let's go ahead and set up a farm plot. And this is going to be a really small farm plot because I only have 25 turnip seeds. So this is going to be a seeding plot. So soil type. Yep. Good. So we'll do a small 5x5 where we plant turnips. And we're going to allow the turnips to fruit and become more seeds. And then I'll set up some more nettle farms in the meantime. Alright, the soil level has gone down, so I can fix the earth raise that I did over here to make everything kind of dredged. Correctly dredged. Oops, it's too big, but whatever. Don't get stuck! Oh, you're getting stuck, aren't you? Come on! Snow! Snow, you ruined it. There's just such a small season to be able to do that correctly. I'll create a path for them to get free in just a minute. So over here, oh no, we still have a tree root to be pulled out. And then the other farm field that we're going to want is just a standard one. So I'm going to do a standard farm plot back here, and I'll just make another 10 by 10. And this will be for nettle seeds. Boring nettle seeds. So here's our 5x5 for turnips. And I'm going to leave all of the turnips in the fields to flower so that we get as many seeds as possible. So over here, you can pick what percentage. So like if I did no seeds to flower, our 25 seeds would turn into 25 turnips, but that's pretty short-sighted. So I'm going to have all of the turnips turn into flowers so that we have plentiful food for the future, focusing on more on turnips than nettles. Free thyself. Yeah, I really made a mess of this, huh? So it's almost tilling season for the farm plots. So I don't want to queue up too many more tasks so that our goblins can till these fields and make sure that we have more than a year's worth of food. The game will warn you once your food count drops below a year. It will essentially tell you, you have too few food saved up, and it will throw some alerts. Is nobody building that pontoon bridge for this poor guy? Yanami here is stranded, guys. So please help him. It's my fault, but I ask you to fix it. Man, they are just not building that pontoon bridge no matter what I do. Alright, fine. We will build a pontoon bridge rather than a plank bridge. Oh, we got wolves. So what I'll do for future polls is include some defenses, because we don't have any militant, we don't have any goblins that could be drafted for military. I did have that comment before I saw it. So when we get attacked by wolves, they just like attack us and eat us because we don't have any guards or palisades or any of that jazz. Oh god, the water's filling back up. She's never getting free. Do I do a land raise? Or do I just let Darwin take its course? I'll try to do pontoon bridges out to him, but at some point it's just like, you're just too stupid to exist. Is there hunting? Not yet. So the hunting is coming soon, as you can see. It's not in the game yet. Any features that I haven't showcased are just features that don't exist yet. So if you have a question about, hey, is that in the game? It isn't. You can just assume it. Because if it was, I would have done it by now. Alright, here's a little turnip field. That is, you know, that's actually looking a little rough. I'm going to abandon it and level it out again. Because the two places that have... Oh, no, not at the height. The two places that have roots are divots that, you know, we could fix. Hey, look at that. He got freed because of the water that rushed in. Thanks, Flood. Appreciate it. I could summon some new goblins. Let's go ahead and do that. Population is now up to 19 from 17. We summoned 2 more. What is in this hole that I can't... whatever. I don't need it perfect. Let's start putting turnips in it. What is in there, though? I think it's probably water or something from, which is why we can't, put turnips in there. But there's our new nettle seed farm. And then we have the old nettle seed farm here, which is pulling the last of the fertility in the soil. So it'll be either the last or one of the last, harvests from that area. I'm going to start removing these stumps here because I suspect we will probably extend the farming area up that way at some point. And having these stumps gone will make it a little bit easier to flatten and till the soil. I don't know if this pontoon bridge, this here, is going to work. I keep trying to build it and it keeps not building. But maybe it'll actually let me do it this time. And then the storage huts are probably just really low priority, or either that or the goblins that are capable of building that are like tied up with other tasks. I still see a little bit of activity over there, but I don't know if they're getting around to it or not. So Sacrifice Period is about to be active. We have the bonfire already and the bonfire bridge, so that's going to be a little bit easier to create sacrifices. And, you know, taking a look at our village, yes, everything is extraordinarily flammable, so you got to be really careful about setting your bonfires up too close to town, because it's very easy to burn everything down. You probably don't want to do that. Alright, so here is the sacrifice period, and we are going to sacrifice the maximum again. And let's see how our pier works out. And here's the storage huts. Good. considerably fancier than the last type. And we have goblins sowing turnip seeds. And soon, nettle seeds. So the turnip seeds and nettle seeds have different sow and harvest periods. So, and most of the other, there's other crops too. There's also rye, and they all have different seasons, so that you don't have like a sudden burst of farming activity when you have to sow all the seeds all at once, which is nice. They're staggered, which is really, really helpful. Okay, next project. I'm going to give you 5 minutes to vote on this one. I can explore additional ruins. If you want to see some of the extra stuff that you can get off ruins, I can create the pontoon bridge to the other side of the river, or I can set up defenses. I'll leave it up to you. Nice. Everything got hauled out to the bonfire, so it's just about ready to go. And there it goes. So now this bonfire is surrounded by water on all sides, with very limited path for the fire to spread uncontrollably. So it's not going to pose as much of a threat to our community than the bonfires in the past. So here you can see a little bit of dousing, but essentially it can burn without the goblins having to like panic or worry or anything like that, which is great. Also looks cool. Added bonus. The hole in the turnip field looks different now. Maybe dried out. Yeah, it did, I think. It did indeed. I don't know if there's going to be time to actually till and sow this season. There we go. So the bonfire burned all the way down. Oh, one of the goblins caught fire. You're not supposed to set yourself on fire. I could, you know, I might as well just summon some water. It didn't get everything. But these, oh no, they're getting it. Alright, fire's out. And now my tree is a level 4. It's a exponential growth curve, so you need to sacrifice more and more and more and more for the sacrificial tree to grow. But even at level 4, I'm getting like a lot of research points per year, meaning I can now unlock baking. All right, you guys want me to set up defenses, so I'm going to have you polled about what kind of defenses you want me to set up. It's pretty unanimous. So, should I... What defenses to build? Palisades. So here are the current options. We have, well, we obviously have, Palisades, which is pretty resource intensive. We have wooden stakes, which is more like a pitfall trap. And then we have fences, which really doesn't keep out the wolves. Or we have moats. But moats can dry up if they're not low enough. So, palisades, moats, or both. Both might be a little technically difficult to do, but like, I'm up for the challenge. It just might take a very long time if that's what you vote on. But, as I said, it's up to you. And I am going to build another bonfire where the last one was, so that we can have it prepared in time. It looks like the choice of both seems to be the popular one. I'll leave it up for just a little bit longer. But I'm all for it. If that's what you want. Make ourselves look like a medieval community. It could be pretty cool. Still haven't got all the storehouses up, but this storehouse isn't really storing very much. There's probably a lot of room left. So the second one is gratuitous, which is fine. Okay, both it is. So, build defenses. So here's what I'm going to do. I am first going to change the ground height, and I'm going to pick the arbitrary number of like 8. Well, first, I want to build the surrounding area at like 10.25, which is their standard height. Oh, we have a fire at our potter. Oh, they put it out. Good. So I'm creating, like a boundary around our entire living area at standard height. And then I'll create, so that's at a 10.25. So I'm going to do an 8.25 as well. And I'm going to need, raven statues to reveal this area. So it's a lot of digging, but I have stockpiled food and labor and all that jazz, so it should be fun. Now, as far as palisades go, I might want to decide to have a specific spot that is the entryway, and I can set it up with like a pontoon bridge so that it's part of the moat, but also floats. So I'll do that as well. So there's a whole lot of terraforming needing to be done first. But we can start laying up the palisades wall at a time. This is going to backlog the goblins a lot. It's a big project. And there's a lot of logs that we're like digging up as well. Oops. Did they not actually sow the nettle? I don't see that it got sown. Shame. Well, I'll have to focus on that if they don't resolve it Hopefully it gets resolved, though. The other thing is, because we're making palisades, wood logs going to be in high demand, so I'm going to queue up like 50 of them. We're cutting down a lot of trees just to clear the way for this project. But we're going to need a lot more wood to complete it. And then any of the forest cover that is encroaching where I need to build, I want to push back with the raven statues. So my plan is to additionally incorporate potentially screw pumps and floodgates into the design so that I can intentionally flood it or dry it out accordingly. So once the moat ditch and palisade elevated walls are dug to the correct elevations, I'll add screw pumps and floodgates. Probably a floodgate in the front and a screw pump in the back, so that I can drain the moat or flood the moat whenever I want, given flood water levels and also goblins working at the Archimedes screw pumps, which is no small effort, but if it's needed to be done, it needs to be done. So we're creating kind of like a port town. And then I'm planning on having the entryway to the port town be somewhere over here, where we'll have guards posted to keep wolves at bay, so that the wolves don't pose a threat to us. Hey, Wasteland, thank you for this, the raid. Welcome, dude. You were playing some Oxygen Not Included today? Oh, how'd it go? Are you playing Frosty Planet Pack, or both that and Spaced Out? So I think the easiest defense to do would be the moat. So I'm going to work on the moat first and then the palisades wall. The moat's just easier because the amount of wood needed for the palisades is expensive. Very expensive. So I would say we're about maybe halfway done, Doug, doing the terraform level digging. Ooh, some getting stuck. No, I don't see that he's stuck. I think what I'm going to do is a quick save and load, just to make sure that their pathfinding and AI gets refreshed. It's hard to tell whether or not they're like actively pathing towards their targets or they're actually stuck. Oh, he's floating. So, I don't know. Got it. Good. Glad to have that sorted out. Actually, might not want to do... I'm going to temporarily cancel the palisades, because I think they're actually going to stop my guys from digging out the moats. And I'll hold off on that until the moats are dug and flooded. So I'm going to update the priority. Build a moat first. So you can see some of the spots here just like kind of didn't work. They worked on it, and then the terrain elevation stopped what was queued up. So I'm going to have to go back over it. There's also a few spots where the raven statues are completely in the way of the project, so I'm going to need to make adjacent raven statues that keep the forest cover at bay, allowing for the moat to be fully dug. Also, simply put, the moat just might be... Let me check. This moat might be too deep for the goblins to get in and out of, which is like kind of the purpose. No, I don't know what this guy's doing. I think what I'm going to do is priorities. Dig, maxed. Because I think what they're trying, they might, and this is just a guess, but they might be trying to task other things and can't path there, but it's really hard to say. And unfortunately, it looks like my moat is filling up with rainwater, which is not going to make this project any easier because as it's, oh god, yeah, I didn't realize, well, at least the ones that are in, well, he's in the pit, but it's not connected to the water. I was going to say, it's going to be really, really hard to dig that out now. So what I'll do is, thank you for tuning in to Goblin Camp, which originally streamed live on Twitch August 30th. If you have any feedback or questions for me, let me know in the comments below. If you would like to catch a live stream of mine, Rhadamant.com has my stream schedule and countdown timers to upcoming streams. If you would like to join my online gaming community on Discord, Rhadamant.com has a link to it, as does the description of this video. Thank you so very much for watching, and a special thank you to my Patreon patrons, Twitch subscribers, and viewers like you that support the channel and made it all the way to the credits. Thank you so very much. I hope to catch you next episode or an upcoming stream. Farewell, my fellow goblins.